just
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages. Now, how are you? Your chair, maybe if we get in closer. We're all on record here. We do everything natural, folks. This has been a really productive day on our program, the Mirami-histor-chi. On my way home from town today, I stopped in at a house, and I wanted to ask the person that we're going to try to get as our first guest host in person, so she was all ready to go. Raj was down here working today to get organized for part 3, actually, of 1999. I had to divide that video yesterday in half. Yeah. So we have a lot of information here. And again, it's been a real great experience for myself, hanging out with my my Uncle Roger, who has documented decades and decades of local history here in the Miramichi and the surrounding area via mostly newspaper clippings. And I've been getting lots of positive feedback from some friends and people that have been watching these videos and just enjoying what we're doing. And we're just going to let it organically happen. And how's Raj doing today?
Well, we're dealing with the end of the 20th century.
That's right.
1999. So this is why we picked this this section of our viewing here. So obviously I have way too many articles to show, so we're only getting to show a few things. We have a lot of sports issues here that we won't be dealing with. Yep. So we're
yeah, we're doing this very casually, as you guys have seen. I know myself, again, I get to walk across and come into Raj's basement here, and he's been down here for a couple of hours going through things and having a pile and having a bit of an idea. So not only does the dedication over the years of organizing or documenting all these clippings and filing them, but even today and before we sit down here to put them in order. So that's a lot of credits due for that. I'm going to give one. This is just going to be a quick little line. This is from Lines on the Water. It's a David Adams Richards nonfiction. He's talking about his fishing experiences on the Miramichi, and I read this morning and I thought it was great. And he talks about he was and always will be the embodiment of a Miramichier. He was talking with an old guy fishing. Proud, conscious of others, fearless within the bounds of physical environment, filled with humor, and yet somewhat shy. And I thought that was a pretty cool description of a Miramichier. And one more quick little thing. He's talking about salmon here. They move as surely as any of God's great creatures, and the salmon is one of the surest of all God's fish. On the Miramichi, fish means salmon. So if you ask someone if they have seen any fish and they say, no, but I got a few trout, it's not at all a contradiction. That's pretty good. I love my David Adams Richards. So Raj, what are we starting with today? I see some people I know already.
Yeah, well, we're going to start off with the Logieville homecoming days of 1999.
Oh, wow.
So it's just how the local newspaper helps out in all the events like this here, how they show.
Okay.
It's like the advertisement of what's happening in Logieville.
Yep, Logieville homecoming days. You see some old ball photos that they were showing. And, you know, again, these small communities all across Canada, the kind of community and the way things were is very much changed. And, you know, here's a ball team right here from, my goodness, 1975, okay? The Logieville Condors, 1975. That group right there. I'll read some names off of that one. We got Brad Cameron. I was just talking to his brother the other day. Brad Cameron actually pitched out of the Fredericton area into his 50s. Gerard Doucette, Robert Dutcher, Cam McCanter, Gary Bernard, Jimmy Kelly, Eric Weeks, Sinclair Walsh, who came to me after my dad's funeral, told me a story about my father. Frank Robishaw and Bev Stymus, Robert Ross, Walter McCarthy, Percy Cummo, Clarence McDonald, Perry Cummo, Donnie Ross, Leon Cummo, Freddie O'Brien, Peter LaBelle, and Rick McDonald was the bat boy. Wow. First time I've ever seen that photo. The Logieville, and then
Yeah.
I chose to read the men's team there rather than the women. Hopefully we get into another... Oh, right on.
Yeah. Well, we'll go from Logieville right to Chatham Head.
Chatham Head, folks.
This is a renowned Danny Henderson store in Chatham Head, upholding tradition. Another nice article how they depicted.
Okay. And like, look at the coverage that these, you know, these community things get here. So where was the store?
It's right at the corner of the lights up there.
Oh, yeah.
Chatham Head there, Nelson.
Would it be something that was around when I was a kid? Should I remember that?
Yes. Oh yes, that's.
I think I remember that. Henderson's.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Store, yeah.
Upholding tradition. Danny Henderson considers offer to keep corner store operating without pumps. Oh, I remember this place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Edward Harriet and Buck Boone stand beside the original structure. And, you know, back in the day, those little local general stores, that was the hub of a community, eh?
Oh, yes.
Really cool. Oh, my goodness. There are the Godfreys. Oh, yeah. This is a family that we all know here on the Miramichi. That mother and father right here, Beatrice and Lloyd, they produced these two fine athletes, Troy and David, who played baseball, basketball. Lloyd Godfrey, Betty Godfrey, David Godfrey. Troy Godfrey won nearly $700 in a 50-50. Well, there's the 50-50, folks. And I'll tell you what, my buddy Johnny Saunders, another baseball player, told me he was at the senior hockey game the other night, and the 50-50 draw was $7,300.
Another icon.
My God!
This is at the ball tournament now.
Oh, was that at the Nationals?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, the host Chatham Ironman earned a bronze and crown in the Canadian Senior Baseball Championship, and Chatham has a very special baseball team.
Yeah, they won bronze.
They won bronze that year. They've won 2 here.
Yeah, we're going to show.
Okay. Oh, this is the... Okay, folks. Anybody that has been to an Ironman game over the past couple of decades will recognize this fine gentleman right there. Ivan King. Oh, he's got a Montreal Canadiens t-shirt on. And Ivan has been a fixture at the ball field. And it just makes characters like Ivan and people that are there that love the team. It's so much. It makes it more fun. Ivan King, a loyal Ironman fan, was a regular at the tournament, and he's been a regular there for a long time.
I know, but I'm kind of confused why Ivan called Lloyd Godfrey Dingbat at the ballpark.
Yeah, Roger remembers one time Lloyd looks up and the Godfreys were sitting there and. He looked up at Beatrice and he said, "Where's Dingbat?" Roger always remembers that story. That's pretty funny.
Okay, this is a story on
umpires.
On the umpire, Buck Finland. He's getting ready for retirement.
Okay.
And this is...
so Bucky Finland.
Yep.
And there's a picture of him and Trevor Butler. Trevor Butler was a smart young man. He played sports in the Miramichi area. I think he went on to become a doctor, if I am correct. So it says, toughest series Buck ever called. Chatham-Newcastle match in 1993.
Yeah.
The most difficult series, that's easy. It was 93 series between Newcastle and Chatham. Those are both Miramichi communities. They used to be big rivalries here on the river. And it was my toughest, okay, what does he say here? Why was it tough? Simple, he said. I still love it, particularly provincial minor ball. You get a lot of respect there. Oh, that's not what I was trying to get at. But, you know, it's like when you have a rivalry like that, human tribalism comes into play. Oh. And the Newcastle-Chatham thing, you know, there would have been, back in the day, would have been people yelling at Bucky. And I tell you what, old Buck, he always was able to handle that pressure pretty good, I thought, on the ball field.
Oh, yeah,
of getting yelled at. He thrives on that, eh? Raj, you worked with Bucky for a while, didn't you?
Oh, he was my foreman at the pulp mill.
Oh, he was your foreman.
Yeah. So we had a good relationship. So that's good focus on Buck there.
Yeah, Bucky, and then he was did he play sports, or was he mostly
Oh yeah. He played, and right now he's into the golfing now. And,
oh yeah.
And stuff like that there.
Right on.
So we're going to bypass these here for now.
Oh, wow.
This here, that's just, this is another article.
Okay.
This is just,
Okay, Escuminac.
well, 1999, and they just resurrected some sadness back in 1959.
Is that 19?
We're going to deal with that later.
Okay.
That's all to do with
Escuminac disaster.
yeah.
That was a terrible thing in the community. A bunch of fishermen got caught out in a storm, and there was massive waves. And if you drive out to Escuminac to this day, there's a memorial sculpture. I can't remember how many fishermen in the community died, but when you have a small community like that and that many men go down,
I believe it was 35.
35 or something like that. Wow. Okay.
That's an article in itself later there.
Okay. Just another little update on Jason Dixon, our local major leaguer. His rehab continues. He had some shoulder issues back in the day. There's a picture of Jason, and we mentioned him previous.
So we can maybe just run off some names of these young Les Pee-wees that were off to Newfoundland and the Atlantics in 1999.
Okay.
So Jamie, maybe run off some names there.
The Pee-wee, okay. There's the local Ironman team, Pee-wee AAA Ironman. Bound for Newfoundland Atlantics, folks. Who was on this squad? Let's get at her right now. Okay. Okay, Ryan Berry, Matty Underhill, Bradley Reagan, Ori Cook, who went on to play some. Is he still playing? Ori Cook. He's been a great player for the senior Ironman for a long time. Mom loves him. Andrew Lorden, Ryan McDonald, Rock. Devin Carroll, Jeremy Leggett. We have Brian Martin, Tyler O'Reilly, Lance Woodman, Robert Taylor, Corey Cormier, James Hicks. Paul Berry and Stuart Keown were the coaches, along with Chris Leggett as the manager. And I tell you what, Miramichi has the Chatham, Newcastle, Miramichi has a rich tradition of baseball, and we've had many successful teams over the years from all different ages that have won provincial titles, Atlantic titles, senior titles, national titles, and baseball lives strong to this day with the Chatham Ironman senior ball team. What a great little program they have.
Now this is another fabulous article.
Oh wow, this is excellent.
It's about the Irish Festival, and this here is unique with all but 29, I haven't got them marked, 27 or 29 photos.
Oh wow.
Of the whole festival.
Oh wow. Okay, so look at that. So many good times. I've had lots of great moments at the Irish Festival over the years. That's a bunch of Miramichiers and maybe people from around enjoying. And just look at what Raj is pointing out and what he's impressed with, and me as well, is the coverage. And these papers, when everybody's waiting for the paper, like the internet has changed everything, obviously, but when everybody's waiting for that Wednesday paper and everybody's looking at the same thing, just like television, they used to be waiting for the show. Jackie LeBritton and Brenda Hicks, Father Broderick and Kevin Driscoll, John McLaughlin and Minister of Finance Normie Betts, MLAs Tanker Malley and Regent Savoy, Catherine Bailey, who I know, and Jennifer O'Connell as well, Josh Underhill and Jeff Savage, I know those guys, Frank Daly, Bernard Lord was the premier, I forgot about him, Mary Gill, Ticket Taker, Frank Kane, you know Frank?
Oh, yes.
Mayor Rupert Bernard and Maveen O'Rourke, Dave Wood, Marilyn Duffy, Greg and Paula Keating. There's Paula's a doctor now. And there was dancers from Boston, it says here. Gerald and Fern Baudouin. I can't even pronounce that. Baudouin.
Here's the family.
Oh, Brian Moore, Timmy Nallen, and Danny Carter. Mark Butler, Tim Jardine, and Brian Morris at the pub. Don Donovan, Ralph Shanahan, Piper Hazen Holmes, Mark Cormier, Brad Gillis, and Todd Boyle. Let's give a close-up of three young men that I know very well. These guys right here. Danny Carter, Timmy Nallen and Brian Moore, folks, partying it up at the 1999 Irish Festival.
Yeah.
Oh, Raj, your collection is excellent.
Well, that's
The
just,
local historian, folks, Roger Como.
that's just Rail Connery coming back from
Okay.
Native, and he's signing here.
Okay, so some more Riel Cormier, the local pitcher out of the Moncton area. I still didn't look at where he's from, and he's just signing some autographs there. This is when he came back after St. Andre native, visit New Brunswick during... Okay, so he came back to St. Andre, which I don't even really know exactly where St. Andre... We know it's near Moncton.
Yeah.
I'm going to do my research after this ends, and I'm going to look that up.
Just a quick scan of the Old Timers baseball tournament.
Okay.
There. Just a quick scan. So we dealt with them before.
Old Timers baseball, and that's Chatham Head, I think.
Yeah.
There's some cool stuff, and I'm just going to read just one name, maybe David Malley, Eric Henry, 2 names.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Buddy Doucette, Bobby Hill,
Terry Whalen's over here.
Terry Whalen. Right
Yeah,
on.
The big crowds.
Right on.
Now, here's a fabulous program on a big tournament, fast pitch tournament. So how nice the program is, and the Brunswick team's right here.
Oh, right on.
You guys are always there.
There it is. Canadian Junior Men's Fast Pitch Championship. And that was out of the Urban Oil sponsored that, and that was 1999?
Yeah.
Okay. And I tell you what, yeah, the 1999, and Roger just handed me this. I did not know what was coming, but here's a picture right here. Team New Brunswick. There was 2 Team New Brunswicks, actually. Yeah, okay, so on this team right here, Billy Ahern, Tyson Stewart, Mike Simon, Justin McRae, Scott Como, and Chris Watt. Scott Como is Roger's eldest son. The back row, Pete McLean was an assistant coach, Chris McKay, Jake Stewart, Shannon McRae. Jake Stewart's a local MLA.
Yeah.
Shannon McRae. Jason Ward, Matthew Hebert, Michael Hebert. Brian McRae was the head coach. Missing from photo, Eden Welch, Jamie Como, Anthony Knorr, Jeremy Hallahan, and Ron Ward. And Jamie Como is myself, and I think I know why I was missing.
Well, we have a picture of that.
Oh, we have a picture of it? Okay, we'll wait for that. I had no idea this was coming. This actually wrecked my life, actually.
Well, I'll dig it out of here somewhere.
Okay. Oh, right here.
Okay, we just, well, you show that now.
Okay. So this is me laying on the ground right there. I actually, we didn't have the strongest team. We were kind of a group that was put together just for this tournament. There was a stronger New Brunswick team there with the better players on it. And I was a member of this team here, and we were playing Newfoundland, and I came to know, Raj, later that the guy that was pitching against us went on the Team Canada.
Oh.
And he just mowed us down. Like, he might have had 17 strikeouts. But I was down 2 strikes. I remembered I went in to pinch hit for somebody. I was down 2 strikes, and everybody else was strikeout. And I said, the hell with it. I said, I'm going for it. And he grooved one, and I teed off on it. I hit a home run to center field, and then during my swing, my kneecap dislocated. I dislocated my knee. I had to get pulled out on a stretcher, and a player had to run around the bases for me. And my knee to this day has never been the same. And Raj and I have that in common. We both have had knee injuries at around the age of 19-ish or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's just hindered our lives.
That's it.
You know?
Yeah, so it's like I say,
Oh, wow.
it was just a real nice, program.
Very nice.
So we're just going to show a few of the newspaper clippings that involve.
Wow.
So right here, this is we learned from our first game there.
Miramichi learns. The marksmen expect to improve with every. Who's that? Okay. Eden Welsh swinging a bat. We learned from our first game. There's some photos from the 99 Junior Men's Fast Pitch Championship.
So here's where Eden
Welch.
had a strong game here.
Yeah. There's Eden Welch. He played, there's him pitching. He continued to play into his later years, and he was actually a good hockey player, too. I think he played some university hockey at St. Thomas.
Yeah.
And he was a great guy. Good hitter, good athlete. And then Jeremy Tracy was on the other team. He was a top player.
Yeah, so we kind of, let's just share, I don't know if
This says Ontario squad captures the title. And I'll tell you what, I remember the game I pitched. I pitched against this Ontario team. And for some reason, there was a good crowd there. It was in Moncton. And I was able to focus pretty good. And they beat me 4-1, I remember. But I did not give up many hits. The 4 runs that they scored were all unearned. And there was a double play that would have got us out of the inning. It was lying down to our sure-handed third baseman. All he had to do was catch the ball and step on the bag, and it was inning over. And it went off the heel of his glove, and that's when they scored the run. So I didn't mow them down. I just was effective. I remember that game. I remember you were there, Rod. You watched me pitch that game.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And the Moncton paper got a nice color shot of 2 of our own players.
Oh, right on.
Receiving a catch there in the outfield.
Right on. There's a pitcher. Is that Mike Simon?
Yeah.
He was a freaking dynamite little player. Michael Simon of the Miramichi marksman catches a fly ball as Jeremy Hallahan arrives on the scene. And you know what? Brian McRae put that team together. Brian McRae's a fine gentleman out of Blackville, and he took it upon himself to put a team in, and I think he paid for all the uniforms and everything like that, and I really appreciated that experience, and I owe it to Brian McRae.
Oh, you might want to just have a little talk on this spot here.
You know what? There is T&R Sports right now. That is across, that's over in Douglastown, in behind the former shopping mall. And right now, that building houses a couple of things. One of them is Calico Coffee. So I still make a joke since I've been coming home. I've been having coffee meetings over there. I said, okay, I'll meet you at T&R Sports Saturday at 9 o'clock. Yeah. But underneath, it's the Autism Society. And that's, so it's good to see that is still happening. And you know what? There's the grand opening of T&R Sports in 1985. Look at that. And the family that's taken over that, they're doing really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go over there once in a while. Did you ever go into the new place at the Calico?
No, not too much.
Well, we'll have to go over there for a coffee.
Now we're going to just switch to the Nappin Fair.
Ooh.
And one of the kingpins back there was Hiram Bailey with all his knowledge of his own museum that's next to the fair back there.
Okay, so Baisley. Okay.
Hiram Baisley.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's the Nappin show runs through Sunday. And this fine gentleman right here, Hiram Baisley. And you said that next to the fair he has
his own museum.
He has his own museum.
And this is what was donated to him.
Okay, so there's some photos here. Yeah, go ahead. What was it?
Yeah, that's the guns that was given to him to display in his museum.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Nappin's Hiram Baisley Museum to inherit 2 British guns from the 1700s. Wow, Raj. And again, it's amazing. The documentation that you have done. Like the more I sit here with you, the more I'm impressed of what you have gathered. Oh, and if you're just like it really is excellent.
Well, let's say it's 25 years ago now. These pictures are in perfect shape.
They are.
And maybe you can name off some of the names of these younger kids there that were at the fair.
I just showed that earlier, and I'll read some names off. So Jessica Taylor with some of her 4-H entries. Melanie McClanagan. I remember her from school. She was she was always involved with that stuff. Stephanie McDermott paints a sign. Karen and Amanda McDermott, and then again Hiram Baisley. So Raj, really excellent that you're. And then we're trying to showcase, different things that are going on here.
Here's what we're going to showcase here. This
is
where I marked down the 27 photos of people at the Nappin Fair.
Wow. So this is the big Nappin Fair. And again, the Miramichi has a tradition of many things. Nappin is just south of where we're sitting right now. And it has 2 roads that span east-west, and it's farmland. And they have a tradition of farmland, and actually that's where our Major League pitcher Jason Dixon comes from, and Troy Godfrey that we just showed earlier that won that 50-50. And these are some photos of some of the Napan Fair, and I'm looking at the clock right now. We're at 25 minutes, so I'd love to read some of these out. Lynn Gillis, Byron Gillis, John McDermott, Hiram Baisley, Dot Dixon, Terry LeBlanc, Lynn Gillis, Doug Jardine, John McDermott, Mac Jardine, and we're just gonna, I had to do that really quick, so no disrespect.
Just run off the guys in the bottom real slow, and I'll tell you what's going on there.
Okay.
All these guys sitting on the ground against the fence.
Look at that beautiful photo right there.
All the guys that were involved in the horse hauling.
Oh, right on.
Those are the guys that had the horses.
Earl Seeley, Buddy McDermott, Jeff Gillis, Robert McDermott, Chris Buckley, Jeff Williams, Frank Dick, Rodney Dixon, Corey Jardine, Lynn Gillis, Byron Gillis, Mark Dick, and Jeff Russell. And, you know...
That was a big event.
Yeah, that's a great event. And you know what? I am one of the people that I missed the beauty of something like that. You always went out there and checked that out.
Oh yeah.
I would be sitting in my
you just sit in the stand and watch the kids ride their horses there and do their laps there.
I didn't really take it in. I didn't really respect what was going on out there. So thank you for documenting that.
I'd like to show a couple of occasions where Lloyd Cameron's involved with the students here.
Okay.
You know, he gave...
This is some 99 more James M. Hill graduate stuff. I see Molly Truman and Mark Simpson up there. There's some students at the time. Oh, that looked like my year.
Yeah.
And there's Lloyd Cameron, our former Logieville English teacher that was in charge of the drama productions that we showed earlier, giving some awards out, and Lloyd was a special teacher. Sherry Powell receiving a prize, and Kathleen Butler. And then this is from my year, but I'll pass on that because I see a thick.
Yeah.
Okay, Raj, I am going to press pause right now.
It's time,
because
time for a break,
you know, it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's like 12 degrees outside on a March day, which could be minus 30.
Kind of hollow?
Yeah. No, but it could be minus 30. And it's a blue sky. And many people would think we're fools for sitting inside in a basement going through this. But I would actually argue that we're not outside. Like, I'd say that we're not fools. We are delving ourselves into the rich history of the Miramichi River, thanks to our local historian, Roger Como. And I'm going to go up to the washroom right now and take a little break.